What is up, Goat World? It's me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you with another Goat Format video. The first round of the Goat Format War League playoffs has concluded. It's in the books. It was a banger, top to bottom, exhilarating, pulse-pounding action from beginning to end, and we're going to talk about it. We got the results of the first round of the inaugural season of the Goat Format War League playoffs. With me today, I have my good friend and founder of the Goat Format War League, Mr. Insidious, back again, talking about the league. And also, I have someone you may not recognize. I have LRG key member, Mr. SolMaster Matt, coming in to kind of talk about LRG, talk about the league. Gentlemen, please take some time to go ahead and just introduce yourself. Starting with you, Insidious. Let the people know who you are.
Yep, I'm Insidious. It's been a while since I've been here. I'm happy to be back and talking about what I saw so far in the playoffs and making some silly bold predictions.
Okay, we love a good Insidious hot take here on the program. All right, Soulmaster, what you got for us, man?
Hey, so I'm SolMaster Matt. Just joined LRG, joined the War League a little bit late, but I feel like I've been coming in trying to do my best.
That's all we can ask for, man. You came in, got your dubs, got your name out there, and we talked about this a couple times in the program with you and Gangsta Bro and FDS coming in. You guys really pushed the team to the playoffs. So I think without you, maybe they don't make it. I don't know, but that's not for me. That's not for me to decide. But we're going to cover that in round one in the events that took place. But first, let's go ahead and go into the first matchup of the playoffs. We had the Eloteros versus EP. It came out, and I thought a lot of time we did the prediction, and I'll go ahead and link I'll link the prediction episode to this video as well as the previous one. Go back and check that out. A lot of people thought the EP were going to come out and just absolutely dominate. James and Moxie, they all felt that way. What did you guys think about that event? How it went down? We'll start with you, Insidious.
For my bracket pool that I did in my fantasy, the majority predicted Elara to lose. EP was gonna dominate especially with WZ and his patented Rescue Cat deck, and it started off that way for sure. I mean, he won 2-0 against Ron Swanson's Steinburn. Really questionable why Ron brought Steinburn, but WZ got him there, and then it got reversed. DGZ Forever won that, and then DGZ Forever beat Pui right after. So we started thinking that, okay, like Elara is making a push, this could be an upset. 7th seed beats the 6th seed. And then Don't Copy sort of leveled it, stopped the bleeding, beat DGZ Forever. And then Elara and EP started trading back. Joey Neutral Grounds beat Don't Copy, and then Jace beat Joey Neutral, and we thought, okay, Elara still has Sparky, still has Zoid, he still have Duck Duck. Like, their best players are left. No, Jace just said, "Get out of here."
I don't know, man. I don't know. Jace was on a different level in this event, man. He came out, he came ready to play. He took out several people in this thing, man. He was like it was a menace.
Once he sat down, he didn't get back up. Like, it was beautiful, and it definitely put his name on the map. And until what we saw earlier today or yesterday, it was pretty exciting to see what Jace would do against Sweep.
Oh, we'll cover that in just a second. What do you think about that EP Eloteros, Mrs. Soulmaster?
I thought it was really interesting. I feel like I went into it believing that EP was at an advantage.
Yeah.
I feel like EP has a really strong lineup, but we also really slept on. I think everyone kind of slept on Jace there. I think that Jace was the absolute crusher there, yeah. And that no one would ever expect almost everyone in Eloteros getting just rocked by Jace.
I think it came down. There were some, in my opinion. I think he made a lot of. And Insidious touched on this earlier. He made a lot of poor decisions in the deck building process. How they lined them up, who they brought, what decks they brought. You had Ron Swanson. Yeah. He brought a deck that I don't think he was very comfortable with, or is tied into the game plan. Sparky, I don't think he brought a deck that was adequate to his strengths. So I think they tried to get a little too cute, and they got kind of set up. EP showed up. They did what they know how to do very well, and they executed their game plan, I think, better than the Cornmen did, and that's what I think resulted in the way that it ended up.
Yeah, they played very solid, and they played what they knew how to play.
That's what you got to do. And but shout out to both of those teams. EP's moving on to round 2. The Cornman, shout out to you. Great season. Salute to you. Hopefully you guys stay together and come back for a season 2. This is where it ends. So EP has won round 1, and they have moved on. They won with 2 players in reserve. So 2-0. I think that's kind of what we predicted in our prediction series. So far, so good. Oh, but this next one that we're going to talk about, oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh man, round one, the Ultra Instinct Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Team versus the Lifted Research Group. I don't want to start this one off. We'll start with you, Insidious, since you are a non-biased party. What do you think about that? What do you think about that matchup in that round and how that went? How it all went down? Some of the stories and the intrigue that went into that.
So going into it, we knew that LRG was the favorite, but they weren't a strong favorite because of having they were one win away from having a double bye and instead lost Stones and dropped to 5th, forcing themselves to play against the 8th seed. But regardless, like we knew they have WGM, they have FDS, they have Mark and Carl. It's like they have a great group of players, but we also knew that UI was no slouches. AJ Hussein is a great player, Gibby is a great player, but it turned out that it was the others so we had Shaggy absolutely sacking in that first match with that top deck Dimension Fusion, and then from there it just like unraveled. But it didn't last long. SolMaster Tom Lesson beat him Warrior, then they started trading. Crashfall won, WGM won, Indoors won, WowWink won, and it's like, but eventually like they were taking their matches, and instead of just LRG just putting the foot down and just going through them all, UI kept on trading one by one. And the more one by one they got traded, what better it was for UI, because at the end of the road, they still had their 2 best players as the anchors. To a point where Gibby didn't even have to play. AG just took care of it. Fantastic victory. Makes you wonder what it would have been like if LRG did stay at full power like they did earlier in the season. But nonetheless, they have a great group looking. They have a great group for Season 2.
I would agree with that. SolMaster, what do you think about your team, the Lifted Research Group, and your performance in round one? How do you think those events took place? Anything you want to say to Goat World about your guys' preparation, your guys' thought process going into it, some of the games that were played, some of the ways it all went down? Because there were some wild plays that took place on both sides. I'm not saying that we did anything that was great or anything, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear from your perspective.
Okay. So everyone knows the terrible Mark upset with using Upstart Goblin. So everyone knows the big upset with Mark. The Upstart just absolutely ruined him and lost him a 1 game. Going onwards, Shaggy was, he was harder than I thought. We didn't, as LRG, we didn't give UI very much credit. And I think we should have maybe given them a bit more credit. But I think that they are an alright team, and I think they do have some decent players. I think both sides made misplays, but I think overall, we just had it a bit rough. I think that WowWink performed really well, playing his Delinquent variation deck. I mean, pretty much everyone did good on our team. Everyone on our team, they played their hearts out, and we all tried our best. There were some really, really explosive plays made, some OTKs. Speaking of which, one of them, with Ashura Priest Big Bang.
Oh, that was cool. I had so much fun.
That was a really good one.
I had so much fun. I had so much fun in that event, and honestly, it was from my perspective as a player on this team. I did get a win. So I'm not playing too great, but I did get a dub in that event. And just all the banter, all the back and forth, all the crap talk, all the things we were doing to each other throughout that, I thought it was a good experience. You mentioned both teams, we didn't play our best. I mean, there were some significant misplays from each team on each side, and I think the way the cards fell and the way that we played, I think we played just good enough and got just good enough cards to kind of eke through you guys. And this is no disrespect to LRG. I think you guys had a fantastic season, and I think you guys played through a lot of adversity through all of that. But it just was our time, and we're going to move on to round 2, and hopefully, we can continue this momentum and maybe clean up some of the stuff we're doing wrong and maybe keep upsetting people. Because when we did the prediction last time, Moxies and James Ark were in the program. Shout out to them. They didn't say that UI was going to win, and we managed to go ahead and pull it through. So yeah, I think it was dope. Shout out to LRG. Salute to you guys, man. Great season, and hopefully you guys come back season 2 stronger, full power, ready to go, ready to get some vengeance and take it down. I'll be looking forward to seeing.
Oh no, we got plans for season 2. We'll be coming in hard.
Oh, what you guys got? What's the plans? Go ahead. No, don't tell me the plans. All right, I look forward to seeing what LRG is going to do season 2. LRG season 2. So that was round 1. So right now we got the number 8 seed beating the number 5 seed, number 6 seed beating number 7 seed. Moving on to round 2. All right, so now we're at round 2, and round 2 has started started yesterday, and it's currently underway. All right, so round 2 we'll have the Enraged Panthers, the same team that you come to know and love from round 1, are now on to the big dogs, Team Sweep Overdose. All right. So earlier this week, if you don't know how it works, each team allocates how many players they want to play, and then both teams are then subjected to play with that minimum amount. So EP has selected to send 5 members to this round. So Team Sweep has to send 5 members as well, and this is the 5 members that are going to send. You have Jace, Pui, Giorgione, Don't Copy, WZ for Sweep, or excuse me, for EP. And then for Sweep, we got Geisty, Smoker, James, Ark, Alvarado, and Dale. Real quick, I know this is already underway. We have currently 2 of these matches have already taken place. So you guys think this is going to finish? We'll start with you, SolMaster, this time. How do you think the EP and Sweep match is going to end? Jace has been defeated by Guys D, and then Chopper has subbed in for Pui to defeat Geist D. So right now it is 1-1.
I think it's going to be closer than people think, honestly. So Enraged Pandas plays a lot of alt-win decks, which does, in a 5-man roster, give them decent odds of being able to pull through. I think that Oversweep does have a very strong lineup, and I think it can honestly go either way. It really just depends on how some of the really big players, James Ark, Alvarado, Dale, I think it's going to really come down close.
I think that's a solid. I think I can agree with that. What do you think, Insidious?
I was disappointed how fast Jace lost, considering he was 4-0 last Iron Man. But I was really excited to see Chopper come in, like cold call, come in for Pui, and as a sub, and then take. We thought, okay, maybe we chose Warriors since she's allowing Chopper just coming like that. No, he came in, played that Panda Burn. I don't know if he played it perfectly well, but he did just enough to beat Geist, who was in his peak performance with Warriors. And exciting because Panda Burn versus Smoker. Smoker's probably on his usual Decree Chaos Control, which I actually don't know who does that favor, because yeah, Decree hurts Burn, but they have no way to stop Pandas just swinging into tokens, as Pui taught me, to get out the scapegoats. So that could go either way, and if Chopper wins that, suddenly, okay, now it's interesting. I think it's gonna come down to how many players WZ can eliminate. I mean, his Panda Burn does reign supreme, but I'm also curious to see what kind of deck Alvarado brings, because he is he can play any deck, as we've seen in this season. It's gonna be exciting. I still think Sweep wins, just based on experience and quality of players, but I can see EP give them a run for their money.
Oh man, this is a solid take, because I don't want to. I mean, usually Insidious has these fuego flaming takes, so I have to apologize because the take was a very standard take. I think he's trying to dial back the heat on his hot boy takes, but I think at this current juncture, I think even though it's 1-1. I still want to lean towards Sweep having an advantage, just based on that last gauntlet that you have to get through, the James Ark, Anthony Alvarado, Dale situation at the back end of that lineup. I wouldn't pick against that for anybody, because those are 3 very, very strong players, and to beat all those players in rapid succession is going to be extremely difficult. Even though Chopper, Giorgione, Don't Copy, WZ, all of them are extremely talented, S rank level players, A rank level players. I think it's going to be extremely difficult to do against those 3, and you got Smoker in there too. So it's gonna be very interesting, but I still think I'm leaning towards Sweep to win this round.
I think even from preparation, like Sweep wants this badly. They have a legacy to show and such. They are very prepared, I think, and they buy to prepare as well. Whereas EP, I mean, I don't know, like they could be into it, but Pui couldn't play this week. Lucas has went MIA. It's like, are they really into this as much as they were before? I don't know, but I think Sweep is just all ears.
I don't know. It could be. I mean, that could be adding some unforeseen pressure, and going to the smaller lineup, going to the smaller roster, having to force guys to sit on the bench and not be able to play. I think that's something that can also come into effect into the team chemistry and the psychology of it all. I don't know, but we'll see. I still think I'm picking Sweep. But if EP were to shock me, if EP were to win this, I think that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me too much, because this is GOAT format. Anything can happen. Tell me who you think. Who you think is going to win round 2 out there in TV land? Tell me what you think. I'll be interested to hear. But then we're going on to the second match of round 2. We got the Ultra Instinct Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Team again against the OG Rampage unit. the main Rampage unit. So this one already got choppy like right away from the beginning, because we also elected to send 5, which forced Rampage to send 5. They did not want to do that because obviously, you know what I'm saying, they have a very talented roster and they want to get all the bodies on there as much as they could. And some of our players, myself included, haven't been playing the strongest. So I decided, hey, we're going to go and sit this out, let you guys carry us on, and maybe we can see what happens. This war is currently 2-1 in favor of Rampage, with Nation and Indoors already going down to Taz. John Wick is due to play Gia sometime later this week. So we'll start with you, Insidious. What do you think the chances are for the Ultra Instinct team to go ahead and take down this enraging Gorilla Rampage team? It's going to be a tall task, I can already tell you that, but what do you think our chances are?
Before the Iron started, I thought it could be really close. While we do seem to know what to expect at Rampage, they already threw a curveball with Taz bringing Panda Burn and surprising Gibby Nation. It was still a great match, close match. Gibby saw the side deck cards, walks and such, but it just fortune favored Taz, and then Indoors brought it back with a nice 2-0, and then John Wick fleshed it out 2-1. Now it's Gia's turn. She's capable. All the remaining players have won a match in the last Iron Man, so they are capable of winning, especially under pressure. But just looking at the names that are left for Rampage, it's tough to write them off. Like John Wick, Lucas, Ghost has had a comeback. He's returned from dead. And then LeBounty as an anchor. It's just so hard. I mean, I do want to root for UI. I think that they could maybe force it to a 4 for 5th player, but I think just for names by itself, gotta go with Rampage. Another lukewarm take. I'm sorry.
No disrespect. None taken. I can. You made your points. SolMaster, what do you think of this round? How you think it's gonna go?
I think that Rampage vs Ultra Instinct is going to be very interesting. It was definitely an immediate surprise for Rampage when Ultra Instinct only brought 5. Everyone's been talking about it. Everyone's been saying Shaggy wanted to bring 7. He wanted to bring 8 if he could. So, there's a lot of controversy about that. I personally think it was definitely a smart play. It threw everyone off guard.
I think, I will speak to that. Like I said, I can't speak for Shaggy. Maybe I'll get Shaggy on the next program and he can talk for himself. But on Ultra Instinct team, we try to keep everything as democratic as possible. Like, of course, I'm a player. I want to play. But if my team tells me, hey, we have a better chance to win, right now you're not playing too good, you're making a lot of mistakes, and they can show the film, like, hey, look, you did this, you did this, you did this, you got it, you're done. You know what I'm saying? You need to hit the lab, work some more, and I can accept that because it's all a vote. So they said, hey, did we have a better chance to do this? I have to accept that, So that's kind of why we did it. Granted, I know Rampage, what they were trying to do, they want to get in our heads and say, hey, man, you guys are doing this and doing that and try to make us play into their game, and we're not going to do that. We already kind of played into their game by getting suckered into playing Burn. We didn't see Burn coming, I'm not going to lie to you, but you know what I'm saying? So I know Lil Bounty, shout out to him, man. He's trying to get into our heads and play these mind games. We're not going to let it happen. We sent 5, and they're going to, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and we're going to make it. We're gonna make it do it like that, but
are you and Shaggy gonna play Moxies and Yada or whoever?
Maybe we'll make that have the bench crew battle. I don't know, to be determined. We'll see how that goes. But who are you? But SolMaster, who are you picking? Who are you picking to win this the contested battle between Rampage and the Ultra Instinct team?
So I'm gonna be definitely picking Rampage for this.
Okay.
I think Rampage is an extremely strong team. It's a really, really stacked lineup. They got Ghost Rider back in from his hand injury, and he's coming in to play strong. Ghost Rider, John Wick, LeBounty is the anchor, Lucas, my brother. It's an extremely strong lineup, but it can also still, Ultra Instinct, it might be able to make it down to the 4th or 5th, or it could go either way, because, Ultra Instinct, they be coming with anything.
I think
they might be playing possibly a bit more on the coin flippy side to say, I guess, because this is definitely against one of the teams that's, I'd say, one of the strongest in the league.
I think you guys are both absolutely incorrect again. Just like they said, hey man, they've been counting us out this whole time. Nothing new. We've been counted out. We've been dogged out, and to our own credit, you know what I'm saying, we deserve most of it. But you guys been sleeping on us for so long, And guess what? Now it's time to wake up and face reality. We got some dope players on our team too. We got some good players. We got some good decks. We can get out here and sack with the best of them, and we're gonna make it happen. So I'm picking UI. I think AJ is gonna clean up crew coming down the stretch. Ghost Rider is back, which is very strong for them. Lucas, your brother, is killing it. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we're killing it too. And we got some strong players. And hopefully if they play their standard stuff, we might be ready, and we'll see what happens. But
yeah, definitely go either way. And for this, I got to give a quick shout out to Billionaire Lucas, first billionaire in the Warleage.
Oh, first billionaire. Oh, that's right. All right, so before we cut off, here is the remaining playoff bracket based on the current seeding right now. So you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like if each particular team wins their respective round. So tell me what you think, and go ahead and make your predictions in the comment section below. If you've been following the goatformat War League at all, I'll link an invite to the Discord here. If you want to go in, all the replays are available. You can go in and check those out, and tell me what you think. Get involved. It's very cool. I think it's dope. Anything else you guys want to mention or talk about before we wrap this thing on up and cut it on off?
Last thing I'll say is best of luck to UI. I know they took care of SolMaster Matt and Gangster Bro, but now they're playing the overpowered version of them with Lucas and Ghost.
Oh damn. SolMaster, what you got, man? Anything else? Any other shout outs you want to give before we wrap this thing on up?
I'm gonna have to say good luck to Rampage on this one. I got some horses in the game, as you know.
Okay, that's right. You do have.
And of course, the upset does leave me a little bit salty. So.
Hey.
I'm having to root for Rampage on this one.
You know what? You got family ties
love
over
the
there.
UI though.
Love the UI. You got family ties over there, man. You gotta represent the family. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Rampage, I don't think they need any more luck. I think they need the opposite of luck. So we don't want that. Yeah, so again, tell me what you guys think. Make sure you get into there, watch the replays, check it out. I'll put some replays in the link in the description as well. Go UI all the way to the top, you know, my non-biased commentator, UI, whatever. We'll do it like that. But fellas, thank you all for coming on and being with me on this and doing this and giving me your feedback, and I really appreciate it. All right, so again, one more time, shout out to SolMaster Matt and Sidious for coming by and helping me out and going through giving their predictions, talking about the round 1 and round 2 of the goatformat War League playoffs. I really enjoy the playoffs so far. I think it's a success. We made a couple of mistakes. There's a couple of things that we can change up for next year, but it's season 1. I still think it's a blast. It's lots of fun. So if you're participating, or if you're not participating, or if you're watching, again, shout out to you. Thank you for doing that. I'm JDD. I play goats. Until the next time, shout out to the OGs. Salute to the real ones. Peace.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.